Craving juicy, flavorful tandoori chicken without the oven? Today I'm showing you a healthier version cooked right on the pan, tender, smoky, and full of that classic tandoori spice. And we are pairing it with a super fresh mint coriander chutney that you love so much and always wondered how to make it. Hi, I'm Shrikant Singh and welcome to our channel, Happy Bellyfish. Now let's start with the first and the most important step, marination. I'm using here around 500 grams of skinless chicken breast. You can also use chicken thighs or chicken drumsticks. What will change here is the cooking time and nothing else. What is also important here is that the chicken pieces are without the skin. Wash the chicken thoroughly and make some small slits around half a centimeter deep on the chicken. This will help the marinade and the spices seep deeper into the meat through the slits. So you will get a better flavor throughout rather than just on the surface, and this also helps in even and faster cooking. We'll now prepare the marinade, for which you will need half a cup of thick yogurt or curd, preferably hung curd, which is what I'm using. You don't get hung curd in the market, so there are two ways of doing it. You can either use a yogurt strainer, something like this, and this is a very convenient and also a very clean way of getting things done, or you can use a muslin cloth. After a couple of hours, all the water will drain out and what you will be left with is this thick yogurt or curd. To this curd, we'll add 1 tablespoon of ginger paste and 1 tablespoon of garlic paste. Now we will spice up the marinade with the 4 basic spices first. So here goes in 2 tablespoons of coriander powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chili powder. Kashmiri chili adds a very nice red color to the food, so instead of adding artificial food colors, which is what the restaurants do most of the times, not always, you can add Kashmiri chili, and you can add more if you want the food to turn out more red, but remember it will also become very spicy. So this was basic marination. Now we will add some more spices and take it to the next level. So now to this marinade, add 1.5 teaspoon of garam masala. You can add some more if you can take it. Add 1 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of ginger powder. Amchur is powdered, dried, unripe mangoes. It adds a nice tangy flavor to anything that you add it to. Your best alternatives if you don't have amchur are lemon juice or sumac, which is a Middle Eastern spice. Add 1 teaspoon of amchur. Add 1 teaspoon of black salt. If you have crystals, then make sure that you powder it first. Add 2 tablespoons of kasuri methi or dried fenugreek leaves. Kasuri methi adds a very nice smoky aroma and a bitter flavor to the dish. Now add 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Mix everything and taste the marinade, and I think some salt is needed here. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of table salt. Now add 2 tablespoons of cold pressed mustard oil or kachi ghani oil. This is what we call it here. The mustard oil that we use in India is very pungent. If you do not have this oil, then your other options are sesame or peanut oil or extra virgin olive oil. Mix well and your marinade is ready. Now we will add the chicken to this marinade and ensure that it covers the chicken well. You don't have to massage the chicken and please it. Just ensure that it is reaching the slits, it's covered evenly all throughout. Set this aside for at least 6 hours for the chicken to come out tender and juicy, but if you want the flavors and texture to be out of this world, then marinate it overnight or for around 12 hours. Put it in a closed box and place this in a refrigerator. Now, because we have used so many spices, you may have some questions, and if that's the case, then remember you can always comment and I will be very happy to answer. And if you have liked the video so far, then please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and you can always join the spice course. The link is in the description to learn more about spices and various spice mixes that you can make right at home. Now let's get back to our chicken, which we had marinated, and I have done it for around 6 hours. We'll cook this now in a cast iron grill pan. You can also use an oven or traditional Indian oven called tandoor, which no one actually has at home these days. So this pan that I'm using is this cast iron grill pan. Heat this grill pan on medium heat and add around 3 tablespoons of oil to it. When the oil begins to smoke, then place the chicken into the pan, and a regular pan will also do, but the ridges on this grill pan helps in cooking the chicken with less oil, and also when the fat from the chicken drips, it collects between the ridges, so you can get the job done in less oil and it won't stick to the pan. You cannot go oil free here. If you're using an air fryer or if you're cooking this in an oven, chances are that if you do it without oil, the texture will be quite hard and it won't be a pleasure to eat it. When you get a pan like this, try to get the one which has a lid. The results will be juicier and less dry meat. There will also be less smoke in the kitchen and the heat distribution will be even. After about 5 minutes of cooking, flip the chicken and cover the pan again. The heat needs to be on medium the entire time. The medium heat, when I say, your regulator has to be somewhere in the middle between the low and the high. High heat will make the chicken crispier on the outside and leave the inner parts uncooked. We will now flip it and cook the chicken on the other side for 5 minutes. This will help the heat reach the core from both ends, and after around 5 more minutes, you have to flip the chicken one more time and then repeat the process again on the other side. So in total, about 20 minutes on a grill pan which is on medium heat is the time that you need to cook this chicken properly. Now, if you're going to make it in large quantities, then remember, do not crowd the pan with all the chicken, because then the chicken will not cook properly and evenly. So the chicken is cooked through, but to get a more charred look, a little more crispier look on the outside, you need to cook for a further 5 minutes without the lid and increase the heat from medium to maximum. The marinade that settles down on the pan will char and the chicken will get some crispiness on the outside. So when you see this marinade burn on the pan, do not worry, it can be cleaned very easily, especially on cast iron grill pans. So your tandoori chicken is ready to be enjoyed. We will serve this tandoori chicken now with some mint coriander chutney. To make this chutney, we will need fresh coriander leaves, and you have to rinse it nicely and remove the larger or thicker stalks, as they will make the chutney slimy and also bitter. Then the leaves have to be chopped fine. It makes the blending easier. It also takes less time, because if you blend the chutney for too long, it will turn bitter, it will alter the flavor, and it will also make the chutney lose its bright color. We will take 1 tightly packed cup of this fresh coriander leaves. Now with the mint leaves, we will only use the leaves and not the stalks, because the stalks are very hard and they will never blend. Once the leaves are separated, then rinse them thoroughly, and we will need 2 cups of mint leaves. When you're measuring the coriander and the mint leaves, ensure that it is tightly packed, because it's voluminous, so 2 cups might actually be half a cup if you don't pack it tightly. Take 1 fresh green chili and remove the seeds. I always do this because I don't want my food to become overly spicy, and my chili tolerance is generally low. So this is up to you again, how spicy you want the chutney to be. Take a blender jar and add the chili, mint and coriander leaves to it. Add 1 teaspoon of grated ginger. Add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Add 4 small ice cubes or 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. This helps in keeping the temperature during the blending under check, and that can also prevent the alteration of the color and the taste of the chutney. Blend into a fine chutney without adding any additional water. So this is our basic chutney, and we will flavor it further. So to it we will add 1 teaspoon of salt, and we'll also add 1 teaspoon of amchur or dried mango powder. Add half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, half a teaspoon of roasted cumin seeds powder, add half a teaspoon of black salt, and add around 2 to 3 tablespoons of yogurt to this chutney. Adding yogurt is optional, so if you're lactose intolerant, you can skip this ingredient. Whisk it nicely so that there are no lumps of yogurt in the chutney and it gets a nice and smooth consistency. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of jaggery or gur depending on how sweet you want it to be. Again, it's an optional ingredient, but it helps in balancing the spiciness of the chutney with its sweet taste. Jaggery has a more complex flavor, but if you do not have it, you can use any other sweetener that you have. Whisk one final time and your delicious chutney, which most people call green chutney, is ready. In my previous video on hummus, I have shown how you can roast the cumin seeds and grind it into a fine powder to get this roasted cumin powder. We will also serve tandoori chicken with some onions. You can also use the onions that are pickled in vinegar. That also works really well with tandoori chicken. Slice an onion into thin rings and drizzle a generous amount of lemon on it. And we will let it marinate for some time, and this will remove the pungency and the unpleasant odor from the onions. Serve the tandoori chicken with some fresh cucumbers and pickled onions along with delicious mint chutney that you have made. Squeeze some more lemon juice on the top and this will bring up the flavor a lot. You can pair tandoori chicken with anything that you're already eating, but naan, roti or basmati rice is the way to go. If you're a meal planner, you're a busy person and you want to have just 1 or 2 days in a week when you can cook, then this recipe is something that will be a star in your recipe book. Let me know if you're making this and how it turned out, and I will see you soon in the next video.